one of what's going to be a video blog detailing some of my ideas and my efforts in training. Right now I'm training for a 64-mile trek slash run, and I've just completed my first real winter run when I'm kind of trying to test out some of my gear. I went for about an hour. I'm convinced that there are three elements that are required to do ultra endurance events. I'm not going to win any, but I think that with confidence, a good knowledge of suffering, and the will to put in some very limited hard training, I can pretty much do whatever I want to do. I've been doing this for about 2.5 years. I recently cut my weekly training hours down to 2 hours a week. And it's January 1st of 2012, so I thought I'd start kind of recording some of my thoughts by video. So this is the first of those. I had a good run outside. I wasn't pushing hard, maybe 7 miles, 6.5 miles, trying to go through the snow, run on snowmobile trails, just to kind of get an idea of base layers, which is one of the things I think that the longer runs, even for an effort like what I'm going to do, which is going to be close to 24 hours of effort on this upcoming run, basically you need to figure out what you're going to need logistically. And in this case, logistically means what clothes am I going to be wearing. In this case I've got a cold adventure mask, and it's good to see if that's going to work, how my base layers are going to work, and adjust gear as necessary. You don't want to get out there for 24-hour effort, especially in the cold, like this is going to be in 3 weeks, so it's going to be cold, and not have the right gear. But as far as fitness goes, I'm convinced that you can get, at least as an age group athlete, you can get fit enough to do reasonably well in any of this sort of stuff. An Ironman distance triathlon, 64-mile run. I've done the Arrowhead 135, which is a really hard mountain bike race in the middle of winter on this training program. I've done 24-hour adventure races, 6-day adventure races, all of this on a very limited training. So I think that physically you can get strong enough to do very well at these type of events on a tiny fraction of what conventional wisdom tells us we need. And what is really required is mental, and I don't know how to get the mental stuff. I'm lucky I've gotten the mental stuff from a number of different previous experiences, racing, climbing, all sorts of stuff that required me to develop this mental fortitude. But I think that if you have that, then you don't need this physical training of 10, 12, 20 hours a week, this long, slow, steady stuff. So I'll try to get on here once or twice a week and talk a little bit about what I'm doing and some of my ideas. But for now, we're going to call it good. And signing off on January 1st, 2012.